Come on and link in, man.
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit
Come
up.
on link in. Please make sure you like and share when you come into the digital building. Make sure you like and share. Help out the algorithm. Help out the Black media. Make sure that your family gets well informed by intellectual, intelligent, unapologetic media.
Hey, Breezy, cut that
Black
shit up.
Don't forget to add the Black media. Right? Don't Black media. Oh.
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit up.
Here we go. Are you ready, Professor?
Yep.
Gonna get ready to launch. Y'all know every time we come on the airwaves, man.
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit up.
Y'all know every time we come on the airwaves, we gonna bring in high fire, right? Y'all know this, right? Y'all well aware.
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit up.
Started out like this, Professor. Go ahead and get the business, right? Go ahead and get the business, right, Professor?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to go.
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit up.
We're gonna get straight out the gate. We're gonna get the business. Let's do it. Can you hear me, Professor?
Little Scruffy, say something again. Let's see where you're at here.
And people who live in rural areas, including many Native Americans, often lack access to traditional
We're gonna get to the
access to the financial people.
We're gonna get all the way to the beginning.
School children is about $1 today.
Admitting she knows who this bank was for. Let's go on.
To help them be freed from slavery.
And make changes to the Freedmen's Bank. Don't have to.
I want everybody to hear this young lady's commentary. This young lady here is very, very, very powerful. Her name's Sabrina Salvati. She is very neutral. She doesn't go to one side of the aisle or the other, but she is a very well-researched individual. And I like that she's neutral when it comes to her political position. And she just gives it to you as it is. So let's take a look. And this is what our discussion is going to be about today. It's going to be about Kamala Harris trying to wrong the descendants of the freedmen. And she's trying to hijack the freedmen. This is what I'm trying to show y'all. These people are not just doing this stuff on, by coincidence. They are literally trying to take your head off Foundation of Black America and take you out of the game. And I'm talking about the people that you're voting for. The people that your majority voting for, the majority of us vote for, they're trying to literally take you out of the game. They're trying to make you unalived. In other words, they're trying to delete you. Here we go.
Believe me, here's her speech here, and then I'm going to show you the text to highlight some of the changes that have been made. And I think if you are freedmen, I think you're not going to be happy about this if you didn't know about it. Here we go.
So Freedmen's Savings Bank was founded by the United States Congress in 1865. It was a bank unlike any other our nation had known. Freedmen's Bank was established to serve Black Americans newly freed from slavery.
So notice, once again, she tells you exactly what the bank was established for. So here is Kamala Harris openly admitting she knows who this bank was for. Let's go on.
To help them build wealth and to build a better future. At Freedmen's, to open a savings account, you just needed 5 cents, which, as I've calculated, is about $1 today. In the years after its founding, tens of thousands of Black families opened an account at Freedmen's. They saved up to buy a farm, to build a home, to open a business. Even school children saved their pocket money to deposit it in this institution. And then 9 later, after its doors, because of an economic downturn and because of the organized assault on the project of reconstruction, Freedmen's Bank was forced to close. Over 60,000 people lost their savings. Now, Freedmen's Bank was guided by a vision. The vision of an economy that works for all Americans and includes all Americans.
Let me pause. So you see what she's doing? Notice how includes all Americans. So this is something I do want to point out. A lot of times people bring up Black Wall Street, the burnings of Black Wall Streets. There are several different Black Wall Streets at that time, but people bring that up as another example when freedmen lost their wealth in this country. But that's not the only example. This is another example here, the Freedmen's Bank, where all those people lost their wealth. So just keep that in mind.
The vision of a nation in which all people have access to the financial resources they need to succeed, to thrive, and to determine their own future. Truly at the heart of that bank was the concept of self-determination. Over a century and a half later, in communities across our nation, that vision remains unrealized. Consider, today, Black entrepreneurs are 3 times more likely to report that they did not apply for a loan for fear of being turned away by a bank.
Pause. Do you see what she's starting to do? So now all of a sudden it went from freedmen to Black entrepreneurs. So there's a difference between Black and freed men. So you see what she's doing? Wait for it. It gets crazier. Watch this.
Often anecdotally, because they heard about that experience from friends and relatives. Today, Black and Latino homeowners are rejected by traditional financial institutions at a higher rate when applying for home loans.
Now, do you see what's happening here? Now she's added Latinos to the Freedmen Bank situation. I'll say this again. The Freedmen Bank was established for freed men, not Black people, not Latinos. Don't want I told you. Everybody see this?
They have credit profiles similar to other applicants. Today, many immigrant business owners, including some Asian American business owners, face language barriers that limit their ability to access capital and banking services. And people who live in rural areas, including many Native Americans, often lack access to traditional financial services of any kind.
Now, that is true. She's correct about that. However, once again, notice she's adding another group to Freedmen Bank. And here's the thing. I agree that all of those groups, yes, they do have struggle. They do have struggles that are different from those that are part of the majority, than the white majority. That is correct. I'm not here to tell you that they shouldn't receive some type of help. I believe they should receive some type of help. However, it should not be a part of the Freedmen's Bank. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, when you notice when there is something specifically for another group, we're not added to it. When they passed the anti-Asian hate crime bill, we weren't added to that bill. These are the things I want you guys to pay attention to. Again, this is not to get you to feel some type of way towards other groups. I love all people, but in no, remember she we go again with the Freedmen's Bank, something that was specific. What does that tell you about Kamala Harris? Let's continue.
So President Biden and I know that for our nation to succeed, these disparities must be spoken of, acknowledged, and addressed. One of the last actions, as you heard Secretary Yellen, the United States Senator, was to team up with Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Mark Warner. And
pay attention to what she just said then. She said Secretary Yellen, Janet Yellen. Now, Janet Yellen is no longer over the Treasury Department. No, I think she is. She just got elected over the Treasury Department. But Janet Yellen used to be the Federal Reserve Chairman. If anybody did not know that, I'm just trying to give you the facts. Now she's over the Treasury, the United States Treasury. Let me give y'all some game real quick. The American government has a lot of different foundations and a lot of different organizations that control different departments within the U.S. government. If you do not hear United States in the name of that organization, then they are not a part of the United States. They are just a contractor that the United States hire, like, for instance, FBI or somebody like CIA. They are not United States operated businesses. They're not part of the United States. These are outside contractors, outside different people that come in and sponge off of the government. You know, people like the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, it has federal in the name. That's just like Federal Express, the people who deliver your packages. They're not a damn part of the United States. If it does not say United States Army, United States Government, United States Treasury, United States Postal Service, it has to have United States in the name to be an official United department within the United States government that you pay for with your tax dollars. So y'all peep game now. Peep game. There you go. I'm going to start it up again.
Senator Cory Booker and Chairwoman, Maxine Waters.
Listen to these names. Chairman Cory Booker and Maxine Waters. You know, she the one on Donald Trump. She's always going off about Donald Trump, and this Donald Trump he's a racist, but they can never tell you anything this guy does that's racist. Please, if anybody knows some racist stuff that Donald Trump did, please send me the footage, send me the material over to this website, over to this platform, and I will light Donald Trump behind up as far as it go with addressing systematic white supremacy, because that's what we do here. We are racism strategists, and we love to go and give racisms that work. We get on their bumper over here, y'all. Let's do it.
To invest $12 billion in community lenders, which of course are financial institutions that predominantly do business in overlooked and underserved communities.
Now, did you listen to what she just said there? Good point here, Casey. She's going to take this bank from Freedmen. So insidious. Obama. You call Kamala Obama?
She called her Obama. You know why she calling her Obama? Because she's similar to what she's doing to the black generations and the black culture. She's doing the Obama on y'all. She look black, but she's not going to do anything. All she's going to do is destroy your ass.
Kamala? Okay, I haven't heard that one. I heard Kamala, but Obama full of nothing but audacity and tricks. That's a fun.
And that was a white girl making that comment.
I like this. Okay, I haven't heard of that one. That's a good one. All right, but notice what she's doing now. Now she's bringing in underserved communities. I mean, that could be anybody, right? Now underserved communities are being added to Freedmen's Bank. You see this? All right, let's continue.
Last month, I was proud to announce that because of that hard work and the work of many of the leaders in this room, our administration has distributed more than $8 billion of that investment to 162 community lenders across our nation. On the ground in communities across our nation right now. And I'll share with you some of the examples. In North Dakota, Native American Bank lent $10 million to help fund an opioid addiction treatment facility on tribal lands. In Georgia, Carver Bank lent over $500,000 to help Black
Carver Bank in Georgia. Carver Bank. Y'all keep that. Y'all make sure y'all write that down. The Carver Bank. They getting out them bags, but you ain't heard about it, have you? My Foundation of Black Americans, have you? You haven't heard about it. They're giving away your money. You are the freedmen. If you can trace your lineage back to the 1700s, they talking about they giving your money to everybody.
Black-owned companies build affordable housing. And in Mississippi, Hope Credit Union, led of course by the great Bill Bynum.
Hope Credit Union in Mississippi. If y'all got some folks in Mississippi, y'all better go get y'all bag, man. They giving that shit away. Go get your bag.
Lent $10,000 to a Black-owned and woman-owned coffee company to help them expand. And that's just one example of the incredible work that they do there. Since taking office, then I will tell you I have traveled our nation and spoken with small business owners who have received funds from community lenders. And I have seen what it means in terms of acknowledging, recognizing, and then feeding their ambition and aspiration and creativity.
This is another one. Thank you, Be Easy, for saying that as well. Black owned doesn't mean freedmen. See, you guys, we got to pay attention to the vocabulary that's being used.
Both in terms of their own aptitude and capacity, but also because they are in the best position to understand the needs and the capacity of their communities. And I've seen how they use that capital.
She helping everybody except you, black man and black woman of America.
To hire people from the community, to open a new storefront on the main street, how they buy inventory from local businesses. The whole community benefits in one way or another, economically, not to mention psychically, from their presence. And at the same time, I have also seen how the great need for capital still remains in our country, meaning how much more work we still have yet to do. You know, I hope and know that everyone here does.
Obama 2.0. I put that on my broadcast the other day. You remember that, Professor?
Yes, sir.
Get the opportunity to travel our country. And from my travels, I will share with you. There are so many people in our country that have incredible dreams, fueled by their ambition, fueled by their aspiration, fueled by seeing what is possible, and then going for it. But far too many still lack the resources and the support to make those dreams a reality. And what ends up happening then is these entrepreneurs cannot access capital to start a business.
So you see how now this is all about being an entrepreneur and starting a business, which, by the way, everyone does not want to be an entrepreneur. Everyone does not want to, go into that field. And it's not for everyone. Let's be honest. Do you think that entrepreneurship is for everyone? Because I don't think it's for everyone, right? So you see what she's trying to do here, right? Okay. Let's look at some of the text here, because I just want to show you a couple of things. We're going to pull up this. Look, they've already changed, even in the title. This is the same event. Again, this is last year.
There go the date right there, Professor. October 25th, 2023. Fact sheet. Vice President Harris announces new efforts to expand capital access and contracting opportunities for minority owned. I'm going to say that real slow. For the people that rode the slow bus and everybody that's in the back. Minority owned and underserved businesses at the Freedmen's. That's you right there, the Freedmen's. You're not minority owned and you're not underserved. See, when they use these trigger words, these code words, this is what you call word salad. This is what you call what we call it, Professor, Jedi mind trick.
Yep.
This the trick bag. Minority can be white women. An underserved community could be a white community. You see what I'm saying? But everybody is not a freedman. Everybody's not a freedman. Only you the freedman.
Vice President
You the only freedman, family. Everybody wasn't put into slavery from this country and the government. Everybody wasn't Tulsa, Oklahoma. See what I'm saying? That's why you got this specific name called the freedmans right here. You the freedmans. You get it, family? Everybody's not a freedman. So everybody can't take advantage of this bank. And did you hear how much they gave them? Over $400 billion that were available. Did you get any? And that's the sad reality about this whole thing. We never get any of it. Everybody else get it. Every other group, every Asian group, and don't get me wrong, family. I'm not telling you to hate these other groups, Asians, Arabs, Jews, and all of that. I'm not telling you to do that. You shouldn't hate nobody, no one. But I am telling you, stop letting people hijack your struggle. Stop letting people hijack your struggle. I'm going to say it again. Stop allowing people to hijack your struggle and your ancestors' struggle. Everybody wasn't hanging from them trees. Everybody wasn't watching their mama get raped back in the back of the barn. Everybody wasn't forced to be in a family that they was not willing to be in. You the freedman. Nobody else, Black American, is that freedman. You the only one. You want to chime in on that a little bit, Professor?
Boy, I tell you what, Dr. Juice, this has to be the scam of the century. It has to be the scam of the century. And from a data science perspective, when you classify those groups under the minority-owned umbrella, Black people, or let me rephrase that because everybody Black ain't Black. Foundational Black people, Black Americans, they're on the bottom. They're on the bottom. And what's really sad is to see how the Black community, the foundation community, is being bamboozled. What's really embarrassing is how they insult us with barbecues, rap concerts,
catfish nuggets.
And I've never, ever, since I've been following this, have heard them talk about real issues that impact us. It's amazing. That right there is criminal. And let me just say it out loud so the algorithms and the machine learning can hear my voice say this. You're not getting my vote.
Man.
It's pretty sad. And what's also sad is that how, as we talked yesterday, is how we've been manipulated. Now, a lot of folks, I got a lot of feedback yesterday. They said, "Oh well, Professor, you was really pretty rough on the black women. Well, when it comes to politics, think about it, Dr. Juice. Number one, they said the black man, we have a low voter IQ, right?
Yep, they call us low IQ.
Yeah, we low IQ. So, and then they say
black
that
men, they call you low IQ.
Yeah,
Democrats CNN and all their little minions and all their little websites and all their little, I call them Democrat shields. They say y'all are low IQ because you're thinking too much. Just take your behind to the vote. Take your black behind to the vote and just vote. Poll and vote. Don't worry about making the man. Don't worry about no policies.
But Dr. Juice,
we don't present y'all with policy. We present everybody else with policies. We just gonna present y'all with entertainment and entertainers like D.L. Hughley and Steve Harvey. Just take your behind to the vote. And vote.
Then, now, fact check me, Dr. Juice.
Man.
And then they say the black woman. They say the black woman with all this black girl magic now. They say it's the black woman that carries the Democratic Party. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. And now they done forgot about the black woman. They ain't even, since they done got everybody to jump on board on this little train they got the millions and millions of dollars they everybody sending in. I ain't never seen nobody fund and finance their own oppression. You funding your own oppression. This woman ain't said nothing about you out of her mouth. I'm talking about commandment now. Go ahead, Professor. I ain't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No. We talking. So the point that I want to make in terms of the scam, I'm cybersecurity, so I'm always looking at the scam, bro. I'm always looking at, I'm law enforcement. I'm always looking at it from a scam and a law enforcement perspective. Okay. So in the Ponzi part of it, the Ponzi. So the scam is that then if you're telling me that the black woman is the backbone of the Democratic Party, then she the one getting scammed.
They scamming you, baby. They scamming you, my sisters. They running game on you.
The black woman getting scammed.
See, that's what they do too, Professor. They make you alienate yourself with your black man, so your black man can't protect you, and so people like Professor Voss can't educate you on what's really going down with the scam. And now they finna scam you. And I guarantee you, if I can get 10 black women, because most of the black women in our family, right, they got most of these education loans, right? Give me since Biden and Harris administration paying off education loans, I want 10 people to come into the chat right now and tell me who got their loan paid off. That's in my circle that I know that's within the sound of my voice right now. 10 people. 10 people. Since they paying off everybody school loans, right? We're gonna put the chat up. Let's put the chat up, Professor. Let's put the chat up into the screen. Did the chat thing pop up there, Professor, on your end?
Let's see. Chat.
Do you see the comment sections popped up?
Well, they'll come. They've been commenting on your page, so I see them commenting on your page. So
read some of the comments. Let's hear some of the comments. We got to start interacting with our family. It can't be just about me and you, Professor. You and I. We got to get our family interacting.
I'll be the moderator on that. So my name. So Brother Mark Evans, solid brother. My boy, he just said educated fools.
Educated fools. We gotta love a bunch of educated
fools. Yeah. Tell your people to put the comment. Y'all go ahead and comment while we live. They like to comment after we gone, but this is opportunity to comment now.
Yes, sir.
We having class.
We appreciate y'all comments too, man. We really value and really love your feedback. We really do. Got anything, Professor?
Yeah, I got a lot of things. Because at what point will they wake up? At what point will they recognize that they're being scammed? How do you get them to look beyond the fun stuff? Let me point out something again to you. I watched the interview a couple of days ago where this black lady, she was in debt, and she was being interviewed about the debt, and she was questioned about spending $300 on cosmetics. Mm-hmm. And in the interview, asked her, well, wow, you're in debt. You put that on your credit card. Why did you do that? She said she did it because it made her feel good. She said it made her feel good. Mm-hmm. So part of the scam, a big part of the scam, is doing all these feel good things. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a sorority party. We're gonna ski week all night. We're gonna have a barbecue at the White House. When will they start treating black folks from an intellectual perspective? They don't do that with other groups, Dr. Juice. They don't go to the Chinese people with a rap concert. But I tell you,
don't bring Megan Thee Stallion to Chinese organizational meetings.
Well, I tell you something. Again, I don't hate nobody. I'm just pointing out facts. I find it very interesting that her husband is Jewish. I love Jewish people.
I love them
And
too.
now her vice president is Jewish. What's that all about?
I don't know, Professor.
Well, I can tell you what it's all about. It's about money. That's why I love Jewish folks, because they know how to make money. So you got to understand what's behind the scenes. And if you ask me, I think there's a lot of pimping going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead, enlighten us, Professor. You got the floor. Well, let me ask you a question then, Professor, since we already got you on the floor.
Right.
Do you think that it's time for us to get Kamala on the Kamala? You know, they be bitching about how you pronounce her name. Who gives a damn? Do you think it's time for us to get her on a public forum and ask some real questions about, especially about empowerment, economic empowerment? Like, I don't know if anybody paying attention that the stock market collapsed the other day, and they got you so distracted with the Olympics, and they got you so distracted with who to go, Snoop Dogg at the Olympics and all kind of goofy stuff, that you weren't even paying attention that we just made another strike on Iran, and they always talking about Israel made the strike, but it wasn't Israel, it was us. We're the one killing all of these. I meant to say Iranian leaders. We're killing all these Iranian officials, and we thinking that chickens don't come home to roost. So they got you so distracted right now, family. You don't even know what's coming. I mean, they got you out here still taking goofy vacations, and gas is $5-6 a gallon. Milk is $10 a gallon. Bread is damn near $10 a loaf, and you just paying it. You just paying. I just seen a young lady, and she's a Caucasian sister, and I was just going to the dollar store to get some charcoal so I can get my grill fired up, because I try to cook on the grill. I take a little bit of coals and put it on the grill and put me a little wood on it. You know about that wood, right, Professor?
It's all wood. It's all wood.
It's all wood. Take that wood and cook your dinner with it. We got natural resources on the ground, and we don't even take advantage of it. We don't even let the Creator know we thankful and we grateful for the resources that He's given us, or she's given us, whatever the Creator want to be. But this young lady had a pack of bologna, a pack of butter, and some bread. Get what she was gonna go home and make. What's those ingredients right there, Professor?
Butter and bread.
She had butter. She had a pack of butter, a pack of bologna, and she just got off from working. She's some type of nurse because she had on a nursing uniform. She had a pack of bread. That's all she could afford. A pack of butter.
I would have made a bologna.
What's those ingredients? A pack of bologna, a pack of bread, and a pack of butter.
I would have made milk. Well, it'd been nice to have if you would have added a little cheese to that, but you left out the cheese. But that sounded like a bologna sandwich to me.
A fried bologna sandwich. Ain't nothing like it, boy. Y'all know about that fried bologna. Don't even act like you don't know nothing about that fried bologna. Come on, man. Talk to me. Talk to me. Give me some comments. I want y'all to get in the comments. I want some comments, man.
So
we like y'all to interact with this platform. Tell them, Professor. Get on it.
Well, here's another comment. So again, Mark Evans said, "What group of people will accept this type of treatment from politicians?"
Man. That's a great question, Brother Mark.
None of them. What they didn't even go to the Latinos with a concert, a rap concert. Now, and let me say something to you. Nobody loves booty shaking, strip clubs, pimping, prostitution. I like all that. Okay? But there's an appropriate time and place for that. And this is not the appropriate time or place for that. However, it's part of the manipulation scam because, again, if the majority of the people who's carrying the Democratic Party are black women, they just want to have a good time. I mean, even looking at the dating scene right now, do you know, Dr. Juice, in order to date, you got to, these women say you got to pay them to date now, which to me is prostitution at a whole nother level. Because now they got a whole grocery list of things that you got to pay for just for these women to decide whether they like you or not. That's where their head is. So prostitution is well and alive, if you ask me.
Wow.
But I can feel that because this is what I'm saying to the political process. Just like our women are saying that, hey, no romance without finance. Isn't that what they say, Dr. Juice?
Yes, sir.
You ain't getting nothing here unless you pay for it. That's what our women are saying to us now. I get that. And that's the same thing that I'm saying.
No romance without finance.
No romance without finance. That's what our women are saying to us right now. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for my hair. You got to pay for my car. You got to pay for my rent. They got a whole list of things that you got to pay for before you can go on a date with these black women now. I get it. Times are hard. Right? But I'm saying the same thing to the political establishment. Because that's the only time you engage me as a black man is when you want me to shut up and just go vote. And I'm saying no vote with no benefits. That's what they're saying. Mark Evans just said again, Kenyan people protested and rioted and when they attempted to raise their taxes. I think that we're on the road for a train wreck, Dr. Juice. This is going to be an economic train wreck for the foundational black people in America. And when this is all said and done, there's going to be a lot of economic calamities in this country.
Right.
A lot of economic calamities. A lot of economic calamities.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, I had to run this across the family desk today, man. I wanted to let y'all see what's going on behind the scenes while you're being finessed. And let me see if I can pull something else I had up. How we got all these entertainers. This is what the Democrats are depending on. They're depending on entertainers like this clown right here. Let me see if I can find him, y'all. There you go, right here. This is a clown right here. I want everybody to know that this is a clown. This is what you call it. Can y'all see that, Professor?
You have to blow it up.
Can you see it? Hold on. Give me a second. Let me. This is what they got y'all depending on and listening to. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get this in. I'm gonna put that up there. Right there. Let me see. I'm gonna get this clown right here on. me see if I can get this clown on. There we go. Y'all listen to this clown right here. This clown ain't even American. You know, Plaza's a Haitian. And they ain't got nothing on my Haitian brothers and sisters. Because the ones that's here, standing in the paint, they on cold with us. Hey, brother, y'all here. You already here. But you got clowns like this who getting paid off to sell their people out. Listen to this clown.
A National Guard, you got an Attorney General, you got a governor, you got a AKA, you got a HBCU, you got a coach, etc., etc., etc. I said,
he telling you titles. He's saying that's why you should go vote for these people because of their titles. See, we got to get rid of black bourgeoisie. Let me break something down to y'all real quick before I let y'all listen to this real quick. Our problem is we at war with the white power structure that's in America. But between us and the white power structure, and I'm not talking about white people because you're not part of the power. Y'all know who I'm talking about when I say white power structure. I got several white friends. I got several white mentors. I got several white people that I look up to as inspirations in my family, in my life. But when I say power structure, we talk to the people that want to keep their foot on your neck. You got the black bourgeoisie. Who know what that is? Who know what the black bourgeoisie is? The black bourgeoisie is them your AKAs, them your people of titles and people that have all these high positions in black society, your so-called alleged black leaders, NAACP. That's the black bourgeoisie. See, until the middle class of real black working blue-collar Americans, black Americans that work hard for theirs, until you get that black bourgeoisie out of the way, they holding you back. They holding you back. They fight from fighting and getting with the Bidens, getting with the real racists. Kamala Harris called Biden in 2020, called Biden a segregationist and a racist. But now she's serving in his administration. How you call somebody a racist and then turn around and work for them? That's what she called Joe Biden when she tried to run for president. Her and Joe Biden was trying to run for president in 2020. See, I got the receipts over here. See, a lot of us got cognitive dissonance, and we got I'm not crapping on your family, and I'm not trying to insult you, but a lot of us have ADD, and we got all kind of psychological disabilities, especially emotionalism. We got a sickness of emotionalism where they can come and offer us a couple of catfish nuggets and put on some Cardi B and some Sexy Red and get you all the feeling good, and you get in your emotions, and the next thing you know, you forget about your family. You forget about what your struggle is really about. You know what I'm saying? So until we get rid of that black bourgeoisie class of our people, the ones that go to these HBCUs and don't come back to the community and do nothing for the community, watch their community evaporating and watch their community disappearing, until we get rid of that black bourgeoisie, them black elites, we're going to stay a slave to the white power structure. Because once we get them out the paint, once we stay on their bumper and get them out the paint, then we can really fight the war that we under right now. We under war right now, man. It's an economic war. That's why I come to y'all with these Urban Matters Black Media Group, Urban Matters Matter Live Chat. This is a war briefing. This is not a video. This is a war briefing. I'm briefing y'all how to go about war. You're in the middle of warfare. You want to chime in on that, Professor, before I play this clown?
Well, you're going to lose the war. You're not in position to win. And as long as we continue to get fed all this feel-good stuff, rappers, party, and all this, is going to go right over your head. And then what's going to happen when it's all said and done, these folks are going to forget about you, and you're going to suffer like hell the next 4 years, maybe longer than that.
Exactly. Thank you for that. Y'all heard Professor, right? Are you willing to go through what you're going through for another 4 years? Because I'm telling you, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I'm going to play y'all a clip next from President Ford when he said, if you allow a woman to become president. And he didn't say it in a bad way. He said, hey, it could be a good thing if you get the right woman in there.
And when you look at the Trump van side, you got a convicted felon. You got a person who's saying if you're a woman and you don't have kids, that you should have less of a voice in this country. You got military. I say when you look at the Walls Harris ticket, you got an African American, you got a teacher, you got a district attorney, right here, you got.
I really used to like this guy's music too until I found out he was a tether, old bootlicking tether.
A National Guard. You got an attorney general, you got a governor, you got a AKA, you got a HBCU, you got a coach.
We need a banker. We need some economics. You don't hear him saying nothing about economics, do you? Because she's not offering economics.
Etc., etc., etc. I said when you look at the Trump van side, you got a convicted felon. You got a person who's saying if you're a woman and you don't have kids, that you should have less of a voice in this country. You got military on this side too. You got a person who's waiting to be sentenced in the next 2 weeks. You got a person who's been married 3 times. You got a person who's been funded by Silicon Valley. You got a person who got 5 kids from 3 different women. And the list goes on and on and on.
Now, this the guy that talk about Becky. He talking about Becky married me. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He talking about getting head from white girls. He said that's what he like. He like to get white girls to give him head. This who y'all taking advice from now.
I said, so let's look at the policy. I said the Trump van side, they big on immigration, which is cool. I said, but
this a guy who wear a Jack Boy mask on his album. He trying to promote jacking people, robbing.
This side proposed the best immigration deal in history, and they said, no, we're not signing that because it's just gonna make this side look good this coming election, and it's gonna hurt our chances of being us being reelected. So when you look at
okay, that's enough of this clown. And now this guy here, Professor, you know this guy here got a college degree, but he out here promoting degenerative rap. He could be a very intelligent guy if he wanted to. He could be a very intelligent guy if he wanted to, Professor.
Absolutely. Again, it's a big part of the scam, Dr. Juice. It's a big part of the scam. It's a big part of the emotional manipulation that's taking place. Okay? And if we don't get past that smoke screen, which I'm hoping that the things that we're doing here on this platform for people to really look at the receipts that we're presenting to them so that they can make an intelligent decision about what they're doing. It's just going to be a lot of calamities, if you will, economically.
I thank you for that insight, Professor. We got any more comments?
Let's see here. Let me refresh here.
We need comments, y'all. Because y'all are why we do this. We need y'all input. This is not about the professor and Dr. Juice. This is about y'all, man. We want to hear what's on y'all minds, how y'all voting. We need to hear it. These people are literally throwing entertainers at us for political advice. Do they throw entertainers at the Asians? Do they throw entertainers at the J people? The Jewish people? Do they throw entertainers at the Latinos when the Latinos come to that White House? Or want to sit down with their politician. See, this is why y'all losing right now. This is why y'all are losing right now. I think they said they lost our live, Professor. They done throwed us off.
No. Because listen to this. Here's someone here.
They clocking us.
Someone by the name of. Are we on? Yeah, we on. Here's someone here said that this guy, I would imagine it's a guy, Damian Living Good Graves.
Okay, yeah, Damien, that's good people. He good people. He good people. He good people. That's my dude.
He's saying that a college degree don't equate to common sense. I guess calamities will be the only thing to wake these dummies up. Very good point.
All right, unpack that, Mr. Graves. Mr. Damon, unpack that a little bit for us, man. Can you unpack that a little bit for us? Please unpack that a little bit for us. We wanna unpack that a little bit so we can clarify to the family, because some of our people are a little bit with the slowness, but we working with them and we love them, and we gonna break this thing down for them. We gonna get them on code. Y'all gotta understand, man. I got a lot of technology. I'm trying to keep up with everybody comments and screen. I'm live on FaceTime. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Twitter. So y'all bear with me. I got Professor. Professor is my.
I'm moderating. I got it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Y'all in the building, man. Mr. Damon. I'm sure I like that. I like that comment, but you got me curious now. Come on, we gotta wake these dummies up. I get it. We trying to be sensitive. See, that's the thing. I talked to a guy today, man, and he said, what's happening in America, man? We just had a dang on former president just got shot at, and nobody's really making a hype about it, man. He said that Americans are desensitized now. Don't nothing bother us. We just came out of 2-3 years of a pandemic. People literally got fired because they didn't go and get that damn shot in their arm. Lost the cost. They're literally like behind now on the cost of living. They literally lost their car. They probably got their house foreclosed on. Probably lost their life insurance. It's a lot of stuff came from behind them bad policies. Those were bad policies, family. You can't force somebody and then hold their livelihood over their head and say, if you don't go get that shot, I'm going to take everything that you worked 20, 30 years for, and I'm going to just take it from you and just rip it from your grasp. And I'm going to make you suffer. Because why? Because you was not being, what they call it, China call it, they got a name for it, your social credit score. You was not being socially obedient. So I'm going to take your living. I'm going to take your livelihood from you. Man, it's a lot of stuff that went on in the last 5 years, man. And y'all ain't paying attention, man. They literally you want to know what a dictatorship is? A dictatorship is somebody who literally monitors what you're doing online and literally will censor any of your speech, your free speech. Who is doing that? Joe and Trump. When Trump doing that, who is doing that? Who is censoring your speech and telling the social media companies and had Facebook and Google and all those CEOs up in the White House telling them, hey, we need y'all support. We need y'all to say, hey, if anybody's talk any sideways stuff about my administration, I need y'all to take them off the line. That's why Elon Musk went and bought Twitter. He got tired of people censoring his speech. That's why Trump went and opened up his own website. What's that website Trump got now? Social Truth. It's called socialtruth.com.
Right, it's the Truth Network.
Truth Network. The man got tired of being censored. This man a whole president, and they done took this man's account away from him. Come on, man. This foolishness. I ain't no Trump supporter by far. But like I say, Trump got a lot of stuff going on, man, that kind of align with the conservative things that I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of like leaning towards, supporting Trump in a minute, man, because stuff like what I just played for y'all earlier about Kamala Harris done took our Freedmen's Act, and Obama did the same thing. He got rid of the Freedmen's Act. He tried to get it off the books, but Obama did. He tried to take the Freedmen's Act, and what's the other name of that that was going to the freedmen, indigenous people? They call it the Freedmen's. They got the Freedmen's, and then they got another one. What is called, Professor? It'll come to me in a minute. But he took it off the books when you was getting your 40 acres in a mule.
Oh, you talking about the Field Order 15?
Field Order 15, right.
40 acres in a mule.
They tried to take this. The Democrats did this, not the Republicans.
The
Democrats did it.
So let me read your boy Damon again. So he was like, well, so what else can I say? If you listen to the paid chills, I'm imagining he saying chill, you will lose every time. He said they don't realize the Democrat platform comes straight from the WEF. What is the WEF? What is it? Asking, what's the WTF, Brother Damon?
They don't realize Democrat platform comes from straight from the WEF. Might be some type of white supremacy. See, and I appreciate you doing that, Mr. Graves, because we do have to talk code on these platforms, because if we're too straightforward, they'll try to, block us and censor us. They shut my page down, and they shut my they put me on punishment, social punishment the other day on my Instagram as well. Fill us in on that, Mr. Graves.
Oh, he said World Economic Forum. Okay.
Oh yeah, the World. Oh yeah, the World Economic. Oh yeah. The WEF. Yeah, they were the main ones pushing them in the World Health Organization. They were the main ones behind that pandemic. And y'all see that stuff didn't work out, man. The creator worked it out well. Hey, Klaus Schwab. Yep. Klaus Schwab. He's a globalist. I know Klaus Schwab very well. Yeah, I listen. See, I keep up with all them folks, Mr. Graves. I keep up with all them folks all the time. I sure do. I keep up with them folks because them folks have an agenda that's trying to wipe you out. That's just like Bill Gates buying up all the farms. They paying all the farmers off, and then they taking all the food and the product and burning it. Anything that's grown natural, they burning it up because they want to take you and introduce you to what they call GMOs, genetic modified organisms they put in food now. That's why a lot of these kids that are being born nowadays have the issues that they have. See, family, without healthcare is a business. Healthcare is not something that they want to do to try to make you survive and live a quality of life. No. It's a business. So if I'm making money off of you being sick, what do I look like trying to make you get healthy? I'm not gonna tell you what you need to do to get healthy. I'm gonna make sure I keep feeding you all this garbage. I'm gonna make sure I keep feeding you like Doritos. I'm gonna make sure I keep feeding you what's the other stuff? The Cheez-Its. All of that stuff is genetically modified. All you gotta do is read the back of the box. Because one thing about the government and the Food and Drug Administration, they make these companies now write their products and the ingredients that they put into the food. All you got to do is take the list of food, the ingredients, and go and research it. But see, they banking on because they know you're not going to read. They know you're not going to research anything. So that's how they make their profit, because they know you're just going to pop the box open and just go to chomping on it. It is what it is. Do we got any more comments, Professor? Let's see if we got.
We got David again. He's talking about Klaus Schwab as one of the financial institutions. But again, this is the type of educational platform that we need to serve our community. This is why it's so important that we have black medias all over the place. It's so important that we operate outside of the establishment, because
Mhm.
if you continue and allow them to feed the narrative to you, then you're gonna be bamboozled. You're gonna be bamboozled.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Professor. We appreciate that insight. We appreciate that insight.
What else? Let's get some more comments from your folks.
Let's get some more comments in, y'all. We love the comments, man. I'm telling y'all, man. That's what make the program what it is. Make sure you also like and share. Hit the like button, hit the share button, so we can keep the algorithms going, family. So we can we can share this information with our family members, because one thing about technology and electronics and digital information, it leaves a digital footprint. And when it leaves a digital footprint, it'll be here for years and years and decades and decades. And as long as we keep recirculating this social media, see, this is what we need to be using social media for. Not that goofy stuff, not twerking, not twerking, not sexy red and all this goofy stuff. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm all about. I'm a musician by trade. Just to let y'all know, I can go get my sax right now and play anything you throw at me. And I can read and recite and compose music. So what am I saying? We gotta put the art back in everything. Just like Professor say, he's a digital artist. He's a digital entrepreneur. This man has a computer science business. This man is a digital scientist. This man taught me how to read code. This man taught me how to program a computer with code. I just got the fundamental and the basics, but I'm still hanging in there. And they draw my interest, and that's why we have a connection. And the ancestors are using us to connect with our people so that we can explore things. We can explore new horizons, and we can explore new levels of learning and education. We're self-educating our folks. You don't have to go to a university or some type of I don't even know how to say it. I call them universities of indoctrination. You don't have to go to an indoctrination organization to be able to be educated, family. What did we do before the universities were created? That's why I say we got to get this black bourgeoisie out the paint, because all they want to do is have some parties and some twerking and some catfish nuggets and collard greens. And that's why Kamala be talking about I wash collard greens in his bathtub. Y'all know damn well our people don't wash no damn collard greens in no bathtub. Whoever they got advising that woman, they need to fire their asses, because they on some goofball shit. Excuse my French, family. Want to chime in on that, Professor?
Yeah, especially the goofball part. You know, again, I'm hot, and I hope that their sisters listen to this, because uh, we need to help change the narrative, man. We need to help re-educate our people, because we're headed down a economic path of no return, I believe, because that's why they're saying by 2050, we're trending toward having zero wealth.
Yes, sir.
And this is part of the reason why. This is part of the reason why. If they're giving away money that you're entitled to, you can't grow your business, you can't work, everybody's getting your jobs, all these other people and all these other cultures are getting tangibles. Where does that leave you over a period of time, Dr. Juice?
Nothing for nothing leaves nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves. It leaves you neglected is what it is. And that's what I'm tired. That's why I'm doing these broadcasts. I'm trying to show us that we're being neglected by the Democrat Party, man. And yes, we used to be Republicans. So hey, if you want to come on my platform and you want to challenge me, we can pull up the receipts. We can pull up the everybody. Oh, you know what I mean? When we changed over the Democrats. Nobody can tell me what year that took place that we changed over to the Democrat identifying politically. When did that happen? Huh? Lyndon B. Johnson, the guy who signed the Civil Rights Bill, like that girl said on that interview the other day with the Black Journals, where Trump was on that interview, the Black Journals Association. The girl talking about, yeah, you're not the best president that did the most for black people, because Trump made a comment. Now that was a kind of weird comment that Trump made. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that. But this girl said Lyndon B. Johnson was a better president to the black people because he signed the Civil Rights Bill. And that girl that was saying that girl's a tether. She's not even American. She's Nigerian or something, or some old weird ass place from Africa. I don't know where she's from, but she ain't no damn American. See, they got a lot of these people that look like you, family, but they not you. They not like us, like Kendrick Lamar. Peace up to Kendrick Lamar, man. I love you, man. Love you for making that jam. So, my thing is, you can't speak for me just because you look like me. That's what everybody thinking about Kamala. She been to a black college. So what? So did that girl, what's her name, who was a president over the NAACP? What's her name? Rachel, whatever, the white girl. And y'all gave her that straight business when y'all found out she wasn't black. Rachel Dolezal, that's her name. She was an AKA. They kicked her out of the AKAs and everything because the girl, they found out that she was a white girl. But the girl was doing a better job than the goddamn on black girls. Her name Rachel Dolezal. Y'all look that up. Oh, black people lost their mind. Oh, you a white girl, bitch? You been fooling us, bitch. Oh, you got to go. You know how y'all get. You know how ratchet and ghetto y'all get. Kick the girl out the AKA, kick the girl out the NAACP.
Damon just said that he just said that even the Taliban can get money and we can't.
Exactly. From our government. From our government. The CIA was funding damn what the boy name? Who they claim knocked down the Twin Towers. Saddam, not Saddam, but Bin Laden. They was funding Bin Laden. Bin Laden went to school at Cambridge over in London. He went to school in London. He graduated from Cambridge. Man, y'all better wake up, man. But y'all in some trouble, boy. If y'all keep going for this damn Jedi mind trick every damn 4 years. Y'all in trouble. Like I say, I'm apolitical, man. I'm gonna vote for whoever could bring. You let Trump say anything by economics. I'm gonna be pushing Trump on this platform every 8 hours. I guarantee if he go to talk about that bad. Because one thing I noticed about the Republicans and Trump, at least they talk about and they recognize us. They ain't around here calling black men low IQ voters. They damn sure ain't doing that. I'm offended by that shit, man. I don't care what nobody say. I'm offended, bro. I'm offended. Mr. Damon Gray say Hillary Clinton must be advising her. She gotta be. She gotta be, Mr. Damon. She got to be advising them damn Democrats. Because they got some goofball advisors, man. Got this woman wearing damn All-Stars or damn Converse. They got her cooking collard greens. They got her talking about collard greens. That woman don't know how to cook no damn collard greens. You better go cook some goddamn.
I want to know, Dr. Juice. I'm glad you brought collard greens up. I was going to ask you the other day, do you think she put neck bones in the collard green, Dr. Juice?
Right. I asked her what the ingredients she put in them.
I like neck bone. I like neck bones in my, I know everybody don't eat pork, but
Hey, boy. Hey, Professor, don't give her no hints now. She might be listening to this broadcast and she be like, I'm going to go try that. I'm going to put neck bones in there. We can't give her no hints because then
don't give
she'll
no
keep finessing our people.
some salt, bacon, something. What you put in them greens?
Yeah, right.
What you put in them greens?
Exactly. She probably putting goat nuts in them in the greens. Knowing her. You know they cook with their damn feet. They put their feet in the pot and stir it. They literally like put their feet in the pot. We got a saying, God damn, boy, you don't put your feet in this pit. Yeah, but they literally put their feet in the pot and stir it up. They eat with their hands like this. They don't use forks and knives and all that.
David says she can't come back from the tub watching.
She can't come back from that. I agree with you on that, though. I agree with you on that, Mr. Green.
We need to look at, because we're still exploring our technology. And one of the things that I would like to experiment, and while we're on, I want to see if we can do polling in that, because I know the platform that we have is very expansive and scalable. But I want to start seeing if we can throw a poll out there. Look at your technology while we are engaging these folks, and see if we can poll. Mark Evans just said, "Our women like jingles and sweet words."
Exactly. You were saying something about that today, when you, Professor, how they just want to be. They want to be on some feel good stuff.
I'm gonna ask you again. I think I asked you this yesterday. Have you ever seen a black woman convince a black man to sell his body on the street?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen that?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen a black man convince a black woman to sell her body on the street?
No, sir.
Yes. That's because
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I heard that. Yes, sir. You're right.
That's because women are emotional. That's not a bad thing. You need those emotions to nurture. That's what it's designed for. We are the disciplinarians. We are the logical. I mean, when you look at a bird with two wings, right? You need two wings to fly. So I'm a traditionalist. I'm a traditionalist of male and female because they balance each other out. But we know that emotions can be manipulated. We know that you can manipulate human beings through fear. We know we can manipulate human beings through anger. We know we can manipulate individuals through excitement. And see, that's what they've been doing. Think about Obama. Obama got black people all excited. Boy, we thought we going to have something. In fact, if you want to talk about data, more black people went out to vote during Obama's first term than the entire history of America. In the entire history of America. And they got bamboozled.
Correct. That's exactly what happened, Professor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to get a poll together right now, Professor. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, let's come up with some polls. Let's see here. Oh wow. So I don't want Bro Damon, I don't want to get us blocked, but I will paraphrase what you just said. He said these ninjas like painting their nails. And I would imagine he's referring to male and female these days.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mark Evans said that God has rules for women and when and who they talk to.
Absolutely.
This is some very good feedback, and I just
Very
appreciate.
good feedback. We appreciate this, gentlemen. We appreciate this. Make sure y'all share this, though, gentlemen, and like and share it.
Unknown caller.
Because we're trying to right now create a circle. Let me get everybody to do everything right. Watch this here. And this for the ghost watchers that's on the platform right now. I know a lot of y'all out there ghost watch. You don't really like to let yourself be seen, but you're listening to the information, and we appreciate that because we know we're doing this from our heart, and we know it'll resonate within your spirit. I want everybody to put up the circle like this here. Everybody put up a circle, right? See this circle? I got a circle right here, right? You see this circle? Now I want you to imagine this, right? Everything within this circle, right? This is your depth of understanding, right? This is your depth of understanding, right? Within this circle. Now, what I need you to do is to imagine trying to understand knowledge outside of this circle. This is the circumference of your awareness. You're only aware of everything in this circle, right? So everything on the outside of this circle, you're coming into new understanding. And so what we need you to do is break the barrier, and now you can have a whole big depth of knowledge. And so where your circumference has widened, and now you can understand a whole new depth of knowledge. That's what we need you to do, family. That's what we need you to do. That's all we need you to do, family. Just have an open mindset. Have an open mindset because you're being finessed. You're being wronged. And we don't want you to be wronged again for another 4 years and your family have to suffer. I lost my mom within the last 4 years, and it was because of the healthcare system. The healthcare system is below par. And if they would have just simply had the right healthcare specialist in her presence, my mom will still be here right now. And that lady right there, y'all can ask anybody, that lady was a queen. When she left here, Lake Wales literally stopped in their tracks. I think it hurt the people of the city more than it hurt me. That woman was a pillar. You hear what I say? She knew the right words to say. She knew the right people to meet. She knew the right things to do. She wasn't just my mom. She was the city's mom. Y'all know them type. That was her, man. I miss her so much.
Wonderful woman, wonderful woman, wonderful woman. I think that, not that I think, I believe that, she will be proud of what you're doing now. And certainly she'll be proud of the contributions that you're making to your community.
Yes, sir. I miss her, man.
Yep. She'll be definitely proud. And don't feel alone because I miss Alma Voss. Alma Voss. A lot of people don't know, for instance, a lot of people don't know that my mama was a big part of why the B Street Center exists now. When the Red Pillsbury, he was the mayor. Mayor Red Pillsbury, Lake Wells. My mother sat on the bipartisan committee. And I don't know if I ever told you this or not, but my mama was a card-carrying Republican. She died a card-carrying Republican. Because you must remember, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. My mama was from Mississippi. So it was the Republicans that sent my mama to Fisk and Meharry in Mississippi. That was Mississippi. Did you know we were Confederates, Juice? Do you realize my mama people was owned by Robert E. Lee out of Vicksburg, Mississippi?
Yes, sir.
So I understand my history. I understand my background. I understand that. And what I'm saying to you is that, from my perspective, the Republican and Democrat ain't no different than the Confederate and the Union. There's no
A
difference.
lot of people don't know Biden did an open KKK Grand Wizard. He did his funeral. He did the session. He also did the eulogy. What's the guy's name? Can't think of his name right now, but he did it.
So let me ask you this, Dr. Juice.
He said he was his leader. He said, "This is my leader. He taught me everything." I'm like, what? The damn KKK member taught you everything, Joe Biden? What?
So Dr. Juice, let me ask you this. Where are all the black people that just had to be around Trump during the when he ran that show, The Print? I never liked the show, and I really never liked Trump. I like some of the things he do, but I'm not too particular about him. But black folks couldn't, they could not stay from around Trump.
So they couldn't.
Name them: Al Sharpton, Don King. Matter of fact, Trump financed a lot of those black fights. He financed that. Black folks they couldn't keep from around him.
Sure couldn't.
So how could you call the man racist? Trump. In fact, that young lady, that Montgomery lady, I wish you had that video. I wish you played that video. I could dig it up. Where he said the black woman kissed him. He said he didn't want to go back to the White House to his own wife. Did you see that video? I hope you can find it. Trump
of them is loving though, man.
Trump said he didn't want to go back to his own wife.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life. And if I did decide to do it, I think I'd be inclined. I would say that I would have a hell of a chance of winning, because I think people, I don't know how your audience feels, but I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. And I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing. This country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
It is. That man spoke his future.
Oh, like Mark Evans said. In fact, here's Mark Evans. He financed. Did you know Trump financed Jesse Jackson campaign?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So help me understand how racists would finance a black man to run for office. Help me with that.
I don't know.
I wish you could find that video. I wish you could find that video where he, where in his, in that rally in Atlanta, where he said when that black woman kissed him, he said he didn't want to go back to the White House.
Oh yeah.
Glasses. You got like no 3D, not 3D, blue light glasses.
Hold on, I'm looking for it now. Watch this here. Well, we got receipts here. They call me the receipt king.
And like I said, for me, from my perspective, Dr. Juice, it's a civil war. And I'm that old black man sitting under the tree with my mule watching it. Because let me tell you, people think that they call the Trump a racist.
I do want to express thanks to you, Donald Trump, for being with us tonight. We need your building skills, your gusto, your rent package for people on Wall Street who represent diversity. And we thank you for coming tonight. Let's give Donald Trump a big hand. A big hand for Donald Trump. I now want to bring forth a friend who has, he is deceptive in that his social style is of such. One can miss his seriousness and his commitment for their success is beyond argument. When we opened this Wall Street project and we talked about it, he gave us space at 40 Wall Street, which was to make a statement about our having a presence there. And beyond that, in terms of reaching out and being inclusive, he's done that too. And created for many people a comfort zone when I ran for the presidency in 84 and 88. And many others thought it was either laughable or something to avoid. He came to our business meeting here in New York because he has this sense of the curious and a will to risk to make things better. And so aside from all of his style and his pizzazz, he's a serious person who's an effective builder of building for the builder of people. Last year he was a part of our workshop, of our panel workshop on what are the challenges and opportunities. And so this, a year later, Donald Trump, for a few minutes, challenges and opportunities to embrace the underserved communities. Donald Trump.
There it is, Professor.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've seen a lot of races in my time, but the races that I've seen, ain't nowhere in hell that they would have got up there and been associated with Jesse Jackson. Not the races that I know. They wouldn't do it. You couldn't pay them to do it. Donald Trump has financed a lot of black businesses, black organizations. But I tell you what, I've never heard Donald Trump say. I've never heard Donald Trump refer to black men as super predators.
That's all right. I never heard him.
Now, let me tell you what I would love. Here's what would get my vote, Dr. Juice. Here's what would get my vote. If Donald Trump came out and said, look, I'm going to help build industries in the depressed black communities. You know, because they talk about bringing businesses back from overseas, right? They talk about bringing businesses back from China. And if he came out and said, look, I'm going to build a coalition so that black people can establish themselves in an economic way, and I'm going to make sure that they have the necessary resources to do that, I will vote for Donald Trump. But the only thing he said was, I'm going to get black jobs. Black job don't work for me. Can't have my vote for a job.
Mm-mm.
But building industries in the black community is better than being scammed on the Freedmen's Bank and everybody else getting paid but us. it's a better deal. So you gotta understand, during the Civil War, we were pawns as black people, and just like before, we've always looked for who's gonna give us the better deal. What master's gonna give us a better deal? Well, guess what we found out over the last 60 years? We ain't getting no deal. We haven't gotten any tangibles. What tangibles have the black community has gotten? What bill? You know, we always, when it comes to black people, we always got to include everybody else. It's always all when it comes to us. But when you had the Asian hate bill, we didn't get included in that. We didn't. We talk about specific tangibles. When the LGTPG, I never considered the alphabet people, when they got their hate bill, they didn't say all with that. But every time it comes to indigenous black people, indigenous black Americans, we always got to include somebody else. Why is that, Dr. Zeus?
They're gonna do it every time. They're gonna do it every time. You still there?
Brother Evans said opportunity zones was an attempt for black entrepreneurs, and he's right. I got during the Clinton administration in Atlanta, prior to the Olympics, I was part of the empowerment zone, opportunity zone, and my business did get money. My business did get money under the Clinton administration, and that's the only time my business ever got money in 1992. That was the only time. After that, everything went to hell, Dr. Zeus.
Exactly.
Everybody else started getting paid.
Exactly. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
All right. They
You
got
put
me
up, you put up,
froze
put
up
up
on my end over here. It's kind of froze up.
yeah, I see you froze a little bit. I want to see who else has something to say. Boy, the
Yeah.
brothers are on it tonight, Dr. Zeus. Brother Evans.
Got me froze up on my end. Go ahead and moderate.
I can hear you real good. Just refresh the screen and see if that helps. But I'm just really, I want to commend the brothers, man, for jumping into this class session, this lecture session that we're doing. We're giving our community other academic options. For so long, since the black church was the only thing that was left, when we traded ownership for integration, everybody don't want to hear about Jesus. There's an audience out there that wants options. They want options that speak to the issues that they're dealing with.
Yes, sir.
And after we traded ownership for integration, the black churches failed the community. The black church failed the community when Martin Luther King got shot, Dr. Zeus.
Yes, sir.
There was a time you would see the black church on the front lines.
Yes, sir.
You don't see the black church on the front lines no more, Dr. Zeus.
Nope.
They scared. You can't even go to a black church and have these kind of conversations. And I don't know why they don't stand that. And here's the other thing we talk about, why am I hard on the black church? Because that's the only institution that's left in the black community. Am I not right? So if that's the only institution that's left in the black community, then I believe that there should be a certain level of expectation beyond Jesus. Would you not agree with that, Dr. Zeus? He might still be frozen. Well, I'll just keep going. There should be a greater expectation. There should be a greater expectation than the notion that someone should be saved for whatever reason that I can imagine. There's a greater expectation, and there should be accountability. There should be accountability in the community. For instance, look at our children who are receiving the worst education ever in the history of the United States. We're on the bottom when it comes to educational achievement in our community. Half of our children can't read, Dr. Juice. Half of them can't read. Most of them don't know how to count. And you got other cultures who haven't even been here that long, and they're outperforming us in academics. That's just shameful. I'll tell you something else, too, while we're talking about school. I wish that there was some sort of policy that would require parents of these badass children who are going to these schools, terrorizing the teachers, terrorizing other students. You know what they need to do? They need to make the parents sit in the classroom. It should be a court order. It should be a court order to hold these parents of these badass children who's going in there and disrupting these schools. They need to do something about that, Dr. Juice.
Yes, sir.
And my recommendation is to hold these parents of these badass children that's terrorizing the school. They need to make these parents sit in the class, sit in the corner.
They need to do something. I think that's what Kamala was trying to kind of do, but she did it backwards. You know what I'm saying? She locked the parents up and caused more harm. People start losing their houses. They start losing their property. They started, losing their automobiles. They start going into bankruptcy because she had the parents locked up. She was a little too forceful with her policies.
Well, that's why I threw that step in there. I think that I think they should be held in contempt if they don't follow the orders of having to sit in the classroom. So to give you an example, I'll use you as an example. I always use you as an example, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
But if any of your children, or my children for that matter, was to cause disruption continuously, fighting with the teachers, being disruptive, the parent of that child, both parents, find them and have send out a bench warrant if you have to. If they don't come in.
Mm-hmm.
And make those parents sit in that same classroom that their badass children disrupted, make them sit in that class for 3 days. And if they don't sit in the classroom, then put their ass in jail. Man, I would draft the bill on that, Dr. G.
Yep.
Because our children are not learning anything, Dr. Juice. They can't even read. So when you look at other cultures, take for instance the Jewish community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those children had to go to the synagogue because they had a structure for their children, and they said, hey, you're going to either be a lawyer or a doctor. And those kids had to go to the synagogue to get extra training. Do you know of any church in your community that's doing anything academically supplemental to their public education, Dr. Juice?
No, sir. But I know several white churches.
They talk about, okay, so you don't know all those black churches you got in your community. You're telling me There's no churches down there doing any supplemental education.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Well, it ain't that. You got less than 20,000 people, less than 16,000 people in town. It seems like you would know something like that. Do you? So do you know of any church that's providing supplemental education to African history study, Black American study? Do you know any church is doing that? Any church?
I know that St. Thomas STP out there in Highland Park, where Rev at, they were trying to start their own school, but the county, some type of way, tied their hands and told them that they didn't have the right qualifications in place to be able to start a school. And I think it had something to do with the charter school system, but he really wanted to start a self-education program at that church out in Highland Park.
We got to get out of the mindset of going to these folks and asking permission to educate. Who did we get permission from to do what we're doing right now, Dr.?
I agree. Nobody.
Huh?
We don't need no permission. We're self-permissed.
So this mindset, again, this slave mindset that I got to go to the master to educate my own people, make that make sense. It don't make sense to me. With the technology that we have, why do you feel that you got to go and ask for permission? We didn't ask when it was against the law for Black people to read. We didn't ask for permission. We did what we had to do to learn. I don't get that. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either, Professor.
You got to go and ask somebody for permission to educate yourself, to learn. You talk about self-learning. You got to go ask somebody for permission to teach yourself. That, boy, I tell you. So Brother Mark, he said, expectation that makes us strive to be more and not settle. That's an excellent point. But how can you strive when you continually begging and asking for permission to do something? Master, I want to teach myself. Can we do that? Make that make sense, Dr. Juice?
Very interesting.
Let me tell you what the problem is, Dr. Juice, from my perspective. I look at all of these pastors, a good many of them, not 100%, but the majority of them. The majority of them are self-centered. And what do I mean by that? And I'm just telling you what I observe on social media. They want to go around. I see all these names. They want to be a pastor, bishop, doctor, prophet, all these titles, so they can go around and be self-absorbed. That's what I see. While the children around you, they can't even read. Half of them can't even read. But you want to go around and be pastor this and bishop this, doctor that, prophet this. I see a lot of that. And half of them people can't even pronounce theology.
Don't even know what theology is.
Ain't had one course.
But see, that's what the dominant society did back in the early, around the Reconstruction era and later. They knew if they could put all the power into pastors' hands, that pastors would lead their flocks astray. And think about the word pastor. Pastor, doesn't it sound like a pasture of sheep? And somebody who would lead a pasture, sheeps are the dumbest animals on the earth. And for them to make the comparison of a congregation to a pastor's sheep is right on point with what they want. They want you to be illiterate. They want you to be, passive, to where you'll just be leaded and guided right into the wolves' den. And so, like I said, man, it's a lot of stuff we're not paying attention to.
Let me show you another word. Let me show you another reason why the black church have completely failed the community. Completely failed. During the Bush administration, they came up with the concept of the faith-based initiative.
Right, FBI. I know it well.
Faith-based initiative. So what this establishment decided to do during that period of time is say, look, let's run the money through the churches. And then if we run the money through the churches, that money will trickle down to the community. Stop me if I'm wrong. Okay?
Right.
What happened, let me show you the phenomenon that happened. This is during the Bush administration, because there wasn't no mega churches back then. So the pastors that subscribed to that notion, they became mega churches. That's where that money went. The money didn't get to the communities. Now, all the other, in the black community, all the other little churches, guess what they wanted to do, Dr. Juice? They wanted to be a mega church too. They wanted to go, they saw T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, even white preachers that they saw. Joel Osteen, everybody wanted to be a mega. So you got all these black folks going around. I'm a prophet this. I'm a bishop this. I'm doctor that. I'm pastor that. And your community is suffering. So the black church has failed the community. And I'll keep saying that until somebody proves me wrong.
You can't.
How you gonna have if you're the only institution in the black community because you traded ownership for integration, and you got children in your own community, in your own congregation, and they can't even read? Make that make sense, Dr. Juice?
Can't. That's why I say whatever we can do, man, with this platform to engage our black churches, we don't want to beat them up too much because they'll get into their spirit, they'll get into their feelings. And, oh Lord, y'all, Professor Falls and Juice, they be beating up on it, and them Negroes ain't doing nothing. They just be talking.
Well, guess what? We have the numbers to prove that there's a big population that have an appetite for what we're saying. And I can tell you something else. If you want to talk data, every time we do a live, we have more people that listen to us than all the black people going to church at one time on a Sunday. It ain't like nobody ain't listening to us.
Absolutely.
So they can say what they want to say. I'm proud of the fact that we're giving people an option other than Jesus. Everybody don't want Jesus.
Yeah. That's true.
I could care less what they say. I'm looking at the future. I'm looking at the babies. And what I know is that, the old folks, they're done. They're done. But these babies, I want to go on record. I want to go on record and say that the professor made a contribution to the babies because they're going to see this. I want them to see this when I'm dead and gone.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit up.
Put up tonight. That's a great show. I love it. Love it. And that's gonna be our next show, Professor. We're gonna do a survey on the black church to find out what the black church is and is not doing in the community.
I love that. And what we need to also dig into, I want to look at the achievement. I want to look at the academic achievement in Polk County this year. I want to see what are we doing academically. The last time I saw it, half of the students in Polk County can't read.
Absolutely. We're going to get that reading level. We're going to get those numbers and we're going to get that data. You know how we do with data. We like to just chop that data up and spit it back out and let you see the real analysis. And so them goofballs, we'll let them argue with the data and with the numbers, right?
Yeah.
We'll let them go back and forth with that. But that's definitely going to be a wrap up tonight, Professor. I thank you again for joining us here at Black Media, the new Black Media, and we're here to stay. So you can tell that old goofball, fake media, like my boy Trump say, fake media. Y'all listen to fake media. That stuff is not going to do anything but destroy you. Here at Urban Matters, we make sure that we put black agendas first. And education is definitely one of the agendas that we're going to be pushing, as well as economics. Thanks again for joining me. I'm your gracious host, Dr. Juice. We got my faithful co-pilot in the seat in the digital building, Professor. Boss. It's all wood, right, Professor?
It's all wood.
It's all wood. Y'all look him up on YouTube. Check him out on Facebook. All wood. And also, you check him out at Boss Computer System, the ATL, the A, the building. Love. Wow.